theatre. We're not slumming it tonight, babe. We're in a lot of luxury tonight. Thank you for coming to the first of our programme for 2023. When I advertised this, I said book early. We only have 260 seats left. So thank you for coming. Brilliant to see a great turnout for our session. And by the way, we'll try and finish just about on time. There's tea, refreshments in the lobby afterwards. I'd like to thank Louise, Andrew and staff for making the place available to us this evening. You have in front of you a sheet, 4 sheets in fact, that wasn't supposed to be given out to you until the end, but Dooher is a very poor classroom assistant. He doesn't listen to instructions. But anyhow, what I would say on that sheet is, when I was just getting ready today, I kept going over and thinking, disappearing face of Strabane. And I thought, old for new. And I started under 3 headings. That which has disappeared, that which remains constant, and that which is new. Start off with constant. I came up with a couple of ideas. Maybe somebody could help me. Knockavoe is constant, never changes. The River More, constant, never changes. I suppose the Church of the Immaculate Conception's been standing for 125 years. Constant. What else is constant? Anybody? Well, this is a teacher asking now. What's people? You see, people are not constant. They're evolving and changing. The Derry Road, County Intermediate Secondary School, the Our Lady of Mercy, and a blast from the past, the Old Agricultural College, which is very interesting that it's been closed now for 60, 70 years. It is the Convent Grammar School, which was built in 1969. I think was closed down in 2005. So, as I say, new for old. So many places are changing. Interesting here, Derry Road, the I don't know what you call it, the shirt factory, the pajama factory, whatever. Gallagher's Egan's company, the Abercorn factory, didn't change, but the names on it did. There is the photograph now of the family who lived in the factory row, and this up here is the residence of the Gallagher family. Very interesting. 2 weeks ago, we had a question, like a letter to the editor or something, asking who lived there. Andrew, if you're listening, Andrew played billiards and snooker in this hall when he was much younger. Andrew's doing sound and lights for us. And most, if anyone has the opportunity to be in that, most interesting interior. Leaper's Bray. A little point of interest here. Does anyone remember these signs? Looking up. Right, now we're into, one of the other things that I said that were constant were the graveyards. The graveyard in Patrick Street, are they still doing a nod burial in it? Again, normally? No. None? Finished? And then the Christ Church in the Bowling Green, built in 1879. Beautiful, beautiful church, in a lovely location, I think. The Bowling Green, one of those streets that was named for bowling, but never was bowled on, apart from us playing cricket. And then again, a couple of the images, the supposedly the birthplace of Sir Guy Carleton. Nice image there, just again, originally in McShane's house. Then they were, we would now say, Murphy's on the Green. Just beside the meeting house and church, there was a bottle store there as well. Anybody know where that is? That's Butcher Street. The iconic building at the bottom of the old Hibernian Bank, Packie McDevitt's, and it is often said that the people of the town knew when the photographer was coming round, because it took them about a half an hour to an hour to set up the tripod and the glass plates, etc. By which time all of the youngsters of the street were brought in and their Sunday clothes were put on them. True story. Anyone know? That's the market. That's on Barrack Street. Looking down the market, again, 1980s, when they were knocking it down. They were up the Melbourne Road. Russell's, John W. Russell. Russell started up the upper Church Street, and his building was burned. But because the photographs were glass plates, the photographer arrived too late and saw the crowd standing, but the fire was out. So on the glass plate, he drew in the flames. So we now have an image, a created image. It's like modern photoshopping. The boy actually drew the flames on the glass plate. And then we now have the shopping centre. Where's that?
Greenfield Home.
Greenfield Home, yeah. And there's the modern Greenfield Home. Adria, iconic Adria, gone. St Coleman's High School, St Coleman's High School, St Coleman's High School, St Coleman's High School, and Holy Cross College, St Mary's Olds. A couple of good stories, but I haven't time to tell you them. Mainly about Father Michael Hatton. That's the Agriculture College, and then the Fir Trees Hotel, and the golf club, which was destroyed 3 or 4 times in the 70s and 80s. And then the pubs, Aidan, do you remember when did the pubs? The Arkle, Browns, McNulty's, Felix's, McGee's, Kennedy's, Bradley's, the Bowling Green, and Harry Keelty's. And who knows where that is? Somebody does. Oh, it's telling us to get out. That's like Patrick original. Like Patrick. Sion Mills, 125 years old. Strabane going down in the evening. Disappearing Strabane, the end. Thank you very much, folks. incidental of the get. This here was the Ulster Bank that destroyed the bomb of 1880. Of cash, Stanley Bowles. That was the Ivory Cafe. Stanley Swallow again. And, sorry?
Wasn't there a boarding house down there?
That was next door. Yes, Greta Kennedy, no relation, and her brother Charlie lived there. Then there was Mickey McShan's. This here is my bedroom. And then we have again the Thompsons, Multiplier, etc. And has appeared in the paper this week. Again, I mentioned a brother. My brother Paul is in this one. So this was a leftover from the time the army were here. A lot of people included towards the convent on the hill. That we can date that, and the reason why we can date that is because of this image here. This is a bank that's gone, and this is the Abercorn Hotel. And this was where the stagecoaches stopped to drop people off and pick people up. This was the coaching station here. In the 1909 flood in Bridge Street, it was taken from a BBC pamphlet for schools. And there's two or three interesting things here. It was taken from a BBC pamphlet for schools. And there's two or three interesting things here. The message bike belonged to Divines. I have reason to believe that might be the one that is in the upstairs. Secondly, this is Digo Doherty, of Doherty's of the Grove. And this man standing here is a man called Joe Gormley, who was the uncle of Brian O'Nolan, who tells the stories of how he loved to sit up here watching Strabane go by in the 1910s, 1920s. When you're going down, I always tell the story about Granda. Yes. Go and tell me that story again. What story is that? Do you know the story that you always tell that when you wanted to change the channels on the TV, you had to get up off your backside and go across the room and switch the TV?